Hello there, it's time for my beauty experiments. This is my review and critique of Curly Kids by Lorraine Massey. She took her curly girl method and said how to use it for children. To start with, she claims that she made up the curly girl method. She says so in this book, but it's based a lot on how black women care for their curly and textured hair, and she doesn't acknowledge that. She does say that children should only really style their hair with gel and stuff on special occasions. I agree with that. I don't think we should be toddler and tiara-ing children's hair and dolling them up or anything like that, or encouraging them to self-objectify too much. At one point she says that to defrizz a child's hair, you can pour cold water over it, including ice if you are both determined. I think that's really problematic because, the child might feel they're as determined, but as an adult you shouldn't be saying, all right, we're going to put ice cold water over your hair no matter how uncomfortable it is. She says teach them to love their natural hair, and yet she's encouraging this tipping ice cold water over it. She changes her previous advice about microfiber towels, which she used to like, and now she thinks we should only use a t-shirt on our hair to dry it, or she is using paper towels to dry her hair, which she claims she then hangs out and reuses for several weeks, which seems a bit weird and not quite right to me. I mean, each to their own, but it seems a bit obsessive. She says with care, people can go from wavy to really Botticelli curls. So she's trying to claim on the one hand that she's encouraging people to embrace their natural hair. She doesn't really say that often because it's not really about that at all. She says that women with 4C fractal hair, that's usually black women's hair, these little girls or youngsters should be wearing gel all the time because that implies black hair she feels needs styling when white hair is okay in its natural form in comparison, which is quite problematic. She says that teens and tweens could wear this gel and stuff to reduce frizz and define. So yeah, the main problem is that on the one hand she's saying you embrace your natural hair. She said that for a couple of sentences, and she sort of implies that sometimes elsewhere. And on the other hand, she's encouraging all these really extreme ways to care for our hair, and encouraging children to do all this stuff. Yeah, and cultural appropriation. So yeah, not a good book really. Not a good person either. I'll do an update soon on her other book. Thanks for listening.